I arrived in high school, I felt out of place. I noticed there were some Muslims that didn't want to identify themselves that way for some reason. I didn't want to let go of my identity, but I felt I couldn't express myself in that crowded and distracting environment.
I recently got back to the United States here in 2008. While I was here, I went to public school. Going to public school was a different experience for me because as an individual growing up, I decided to start wearing my hijab. It was definitely a different experience. You had people, my old friends, that would not really talk to me anymore, and different circumstances were going on. And I was really athletic. I played soccer, basketball throughout my years, and I was actually the only Muslim African American on the team.
I come home and my dad's like, "Oh my God, Omar, you have to hear about this school called Averroes," which I later learned was actually pronounced Averroes. And he's just telling me about this awesome, innovative school, in his words, and it's like this amazing new Islamic school. And so at that point, I sort of just zoned him out, because I was like, Islamic school has its own connotation to it, socially awkward students, like rude teachers, just really strict environment, just not something I wanted to go to. But he was like, no, just try it out for a month, and if you don't like it, you can always come back.
I thought I was going to go to King Collegiate, which is a public charter school in San Lorenzo, and to me it seemed really cool as well. Averroes was awesome, but so was KIPP. There was a lot of people, and I always wanted to go to school there. There was a lot of people, and I guess the adventure of being in a new place, it all appealed to me. It was tempting. And I went to the school for actually 2 to 3 weeks, and then I left and I came back to Averroes.
The first day of school was really cool. Everything was really different from what I was used to, because the school was much more open and smaller, but it was really open. And then I didn't really know, I couldn't tell myself where the classroom was at and all that. I mean, it was really different. Principal Reem, she would actually you could see her most of the time of the day. Unlike at Irvington, you could barely see the principal or your advisor or anything. But she would be there. You would see her walking at the school. Sometimes she would pop in our classroom to check on us.
It was a hard move, but I adjusted here quickly, especially when I got to school, because everyone was so nice and it felt like home, kind of. The administration and the teachers are awesome, because they feel more like your friends than your teachers. You can always ask for advice from them,
The classes were really interesting. We had a whole bunch of seminars on Fridays, and that was really cool. We had Kung Fu. At the same time, we were able to travel and go on a whole bunch of field trips, especially considering we're such a small school. It's really easy to do really cool things. I became really close with the people, and the people really made the school what it was. It's not about what I want, it's really about what I need. And I think what I need in order to be not only successful but a good person is just an environment where there's people who actually truly care for you and your well-being, and they try to offer you the best that they can, and they're there for you.
I strongly believe that this school prepares the students spiritually, morally, mentally extremely well, and thus enabling them to make wise decisions in their life.
The first day I arrived at Averroes Institute, I was really surprised because of the small atmosphere. It's minimal kids, and I wasn't really used to that. I was used to thousands in my school, so it's a really big shock. But as I got to see was that a lot more attention was on the student, and I really enjoyed that. I find that Averroes Institute is a place where you can go outside to learn, and I love active learning. I do not just like being in the class. I can actually be myself and be on the offensive for once, because I was in defense and usually in public school.
I recall one day driving back from picking her up, and I noticed that she was actually in tears. And I asked her what's wrong, and her response was that there was tears of joy, basically, that finally she has found a place where she feels comfortable.
Everybody just starts respecting each other for who they are, and that's when I realized that instead of the school being different, it's more of a innovative place to be in, and it just is a great environment to be in, and really excels you education-wise and academically. So really, I remember from when I was in public school personally, you had like 6-7 different teachers, and each one of them would go through 300-400 kids in a day, and so you can never really make like a personal connection. Like, sure, he knew who you are, maybe remembered your name, but that was about the extent of that. And at times this might be a bit irritating, like they'll just hunt you down for your homework, won't let that slide, because they actually care about you. But it really does excel your learning, and when you have this connection with your teachers, you don't feel afraid to ask them questions after school.
Omar started going to school. It has been a tremendous change in Omar, mashallah. We are very proud of him. He has changed quite a bit. His personality has improved, his behavior, his character. We see a lot of responsible behavior in him.
At Averroes, you can really tell like they care about you and they just want you to do good in life.